So we're going to talk about cryptocurrency again, and we're going to talk about some questions to ask if you're a beginner and you want to get involved. It's been a rough week for crypto. It's been a rough week. Earlier this week, we were talking about how Ether made a move, Ripple went down into third. So we have Bitcoin, Ether, and Ripple as the top three currencies. Last week, Bitcoin was up to $17,000. I watched the entire internet. People that know nothing about crypto on social media platforms and message boards and groups talk about getting into Bitcoin because it's the next best thing. And when you see growth like this, I get it. It's exciting. But you got to understand something. This is all new turf here. No one can predict what's going to happen. And unfortunately, a lot of people did a lot of crazy things to get into Bitcoin. We read a story yesterday about research on how people are financing and borrowing money to get into the Bitcoin game. People are mortgaging their homes. They're maxing out their credit cards to get into Bitcoin. And if you don't know what you're doing, you could be in trouble. Can you imagine mortgaging your house and putting in $50,000 into Bitcoin when it's up here, thinking it's gonna continue to grow, and not less than a week later, you see your home just disappear right in front of your own eyes. This is not a game, guys. You need to know what you're doing. Now, a lot of people are saying, well, hey, now's the time to buy, right? Because it's eventually going to be back up here. And it very well may. I mean, if you know anything about stocks, if you ever follow stocks, stock market, there's trends, right? We have trends here. And if one was to estimate what's going to happen next, we may see this drop a little more, but we should expect to see it rise again, and it may. If you guys want to get into this, be careful. Do your research. So we're going to talk about some questions and some things that you should know before getting into the crypto game, because it's important. The hottest thing since the .com boom, I like to say. I think that's true. It's pretty damn hot right now. All right. The crypto. Like real currencies, cryptocurrencies allow their owners to buy goods and services. However, much of the interest so far is in trading. This is a currency that was developed to be used to buy and sell. But it's not being used like that. It's being used as an investment vehicle, and that's why we see this fluctuation in pricing. This aggressive fluctuation in pricing. More speculators seem to be piling in every day. People that don't know what they're doing. People that know what they're doing. People that know what they're doing are playing the game. People that don't know what they're doing are getting played. That's what's happening right now. That's why you see this fluctuation in pricing, because it just doesn't do that for no reason. People are buying and selling. People are shorting these bitcoins, cryptocurrencies, and people are winning and losing. In 2017, according to Business Insider, new cryptocurrencies raised more than $3.5 billion in initial coin offerings. An ICO is a type of fundraising similar to the initial public offerings of a stock, in which the public is allowed to buy coins in the offering. We just talked about this yesterday with Fantasy Market and CEO John Lucas, who prepared an ICO for Fantasy Token, the porn token, and raised millions and millions of dollars. And what happened? He ran off with everybody's money, and now he can't be found. He's saying he's refunding everybody, but investors are saying that they haven't gotten any refunds. The ICO market is still very hot. New coins and currencies are still being developed on a daily basis here. You need to be careful with that. If you're going to get into the game, stick with currencies that are valid, that have some validity to them. So what is a cryptocurrency? Basically, it's a form of payment that can be exchanged online for goods and services. Many companies have issued their own currencies, often called tokens, like Fantasy Market, porn token. And these can be traded specifically for the good or service that the company provides. It's very similar to arcades. When we were kids, or when your kids were kids, you go to arcade. Well, you need to go get those tokens. Chuck E. Cheese. You need to go buy your currency to go spend it in the store. It's kind of like what cryptocurrency is. As of January 2018, there are about 1,400 cryptocurrencies. And they're still continuing to pop up. Cryptocurrencies work using a technology called blockchain. Blockchain is a decentralized technology spread across many computers that manages and records transactions. That is part of the appeal of this, is that it's secure. As of January 2018, about 1,400 cryptocurrencies were trading hands, and they continue to proliferate, raising money through initial coin offerings. By the first week of December 2017, ICOs have raised $1.38 billion in the fourth quarter, on the top of the third quarter's $1.74 billion. Those numbers don't include the value of longer-lived currencies such as Bitcoin and Ether that have already gone public. Those are just all these other cryptos. As of January 5th, 2018, a week ago, the total value of all Bitcoin, the most popular digital currency, was pegged at $283 billion. The second most popular, called Ripple, which is now in third place. Ether has taken over Ripple. Ripple was valued at $119 billion. Total value of all cryptocurrencies is about $708 billion. This is according to CoinMarketCap.com, one of the leading sources for cryptocurrencies. Why are they so popular? Why all of a sudden is this just hitting? I remember back years ago when you could get Bitcoin. I was gonna buy some just to have, just to try it out, but I didn't know what I would use it for. I didn't understand. It had no reason for it. I had no reason to put in money to something that I didn't know what I was going to do with. It just didn't make sense. So that's why I never bought Bitcoin. If I would have known that this was going to happen, I would have acted differently, just as so many other people would have. But why are they so popular? Well, they appeal to their supporters for a variety of reasons, and some of the most popular are that supporters see cryptocurrencies as the currency of the future, and they want to buy them now before they continue to be more popular. If Bitcoin really did become the currency of the future, well, then it makes sense to invest in it. Is an unregulated currency really going to become currency of the future? Or is the future going to be more regulated than ever? Is the government going to eventually regulate Bitcoin? Some supporters like the fact that cryptocurrency removes central banks from managing the money supply, since over time these banks tend to reduce the value of money via inflation. So if these funds aren't being governed, then there should be less fluctuation in the value, right? But look what's happening now anyway. Look at the fluctuation in the value. Last week it was 17,000. Today it's at 13.5, I think. 13.5 right now. Other supporters like the technology behind cryptocurrencies, the blockchain, because it's decentralized processing and recording system and can be more secure than traditional payment systems. CEO of PayPal came out with an article earlier this week saying that although he didn't believe in Bitcoin, or that he outright said Bitcoin would never be a payment method for PayPal on his system, the blockchain technology is something that they are investing in and researching and building on. So a lot of people are investing in the blockchain technology, not the currency. Still others like the anonymous fashion that comes with blockchain network, which allows transactions outside of government surveillance, including criminal activities. Which is true. However, there is a ledger that records all transactions. So your secret key, what happens when one day something comes out where there's a technology that flags or announces people's secret keys, or you're able to search secret keys. So you and I do business, and I get your secret key because you paid me. There's a transaction, there's a ledger, a history of you paying me, and I'm able to now associate your secret key with you. Well, am I able to search the ledger for your secret key and all the transactions you've made in the past? What happens if that comes up? How anonymous is it then? Some speculators like cryptocurrencies because they're going up in value and have no interest in currencies' long-term acceptance as a way to move money. People are investing in it. They're using it as an investment tool. They don't care about it. They're not going to use it to buy things. They're making money on it. A lot of people are making money on it. That's the majority of it right now, I think. That's what it looks like. Why else would you buy Bitcoin? Are you going to... You're not going to go to the store and buy groceries with your Bitcoin right now. It's just not happening. So why else do you want it? So is Bitcoin a good investment? Cryptocurrencies may go up in value, but many investors see them as mere speculations and not real investments. The reason? Just like real currencies, cryptocurrencies generate no cash flow. So for you to profit, somebody has to pay more for the currency than you did. Remember that chart we looked at? Someone has to pay more than you did to profit. A lot of people profited right here. A lot of people profited right here. And a lot of people lost money. For someone to profit, someone has to lose. People are winning and losing all day long. That's what's called the greater fool theory of investment. Contrast that to a well-managed business, which increases its value over time by growing the profitability and cash flow of the operation. This is a little different. I see the luster in cryptocurrency, but it's not a safe investment. And that's not what we're all about here at SDIRA. We're here to build passive wealth, wealth that builds over time, less work for you, more money for you. Why are we talking about it? Well, because it's a hot topic right now, and everybody wants to know about it. People think that people are becoming millionaires every day off this stuff, and that's not the case. So we're going to talk about it so you know about it before you mortgage your house or max out your credit cards to get in the game. You need to know about it. For those who see cryptocurrencies, such as Bitcoin, as the currency of the future, it should be noted that a currency needs stability. And guys, this is not stability in a currency. This isn't stability. Merchants and consumers need to be able to determine what a fair price is for goods and services. And as a merchant, as someone offering goods or services, you can't accept a currency that is so unstable. You accept Bitcoin for a product or service, and it drops like this in a week, you're going to be out of business. So no one in their right mind is going to accept a currency like this when it fluctuates so much. Bitcoin and Ether have been anything but stable in 2017 and through much of their history. For example, at the start of 2013, a Bitcoin traded for $13.50. In January 2018, it changes somewhere around 16,000, right? Today, 13,500. Ether was even more volatile in 2017, and you can't predict it. can't rely on it. So what do you do what do you do with it? Some people like the game of investing, the gamble. A lot of people do. I like the gamble. I played the stock market for many years. And not in a buy and hold capacity, but I day traded on a daily basis. It's fun. It's exciting. It's also dangerous. You know, when I first got into it, I had the unfortunate experience of doing very well when I first started. And I made a bunch of money the first couple of months. And I was inexperienced. And that ultimately, that not having failed right away, but have immediately won with my investments, things got interesting because I saw less and less of what I should have been looking out for, and got a little more confident and cocky, and went into it a little bit harder, and lost a lot of money. And Bitcoin right now is no different, guys, than the stock market. You can lose a lot of money. So be careful. A year ago, Bitcoin was at $900, $1,000. In 1 year, Can you imagine? Can you imagine if a year ago you put in $50,000 into Bitcoin and you held on to it till today? You made a lot of money. A lot of people became really rich. And this is kind of a standard trend that's happening with all these cryptocurrencies. They're all going up. This is not, people are saying these currencies are a bubble, but I'm not quite certain that the bubble's ready yet. I think they're still going to go up. So I think there's still time to make some money here. I'm not going to invest in it. Not when you have so many other wonderful opportunities like self-directed real estate. Why gamble when you can get 10, 12, 14% returns, monthly cash flow, and paying off real estate every month of the year, when real estate will always go up in value? Slow and steady wins the race. So I won't be investing in this stuff. Not when there's real estate. Why would you? If you're watching this and you would rather invest in cryptocurrency over real estate that can guarantee, and I say guarantee returns because there are companies out there, passive real estate investment providers, that literally they don't guarantee, but they have programs in place where in certain scenarios, let's say you have a vacancy where you might not get your cash flow that month, where they cover that or they provide for that. So in reality, your investment is guaranteed. Passive real estate, you have to worry about repairs, damages, and you have to worry about vacancies. And there are some great passive real estate providers out there that protect against those things, ultimately guaranteeing your investment and your cash flow and ensuring you get that 10, 12, 14% return every month, every year, while you're paying off your real estate. That's a win. So if you're in crypto or you think crypto is a better bet than that, I'd love to hear from you. I'd like to hear your thinking on that. Shoot me an email, john@johnkopp.org. So crypto. How do you buy cryptocurrency? You can buy it in a lot of different ways, a lot of different exchanges. You'll need a Bitcoin wallet, which there are multiple wallets as well. It's usually an online website or app that holds your currency. You register, you connect and prove your identity, you add your bank account information, and then you transfer your money to these exchanges. You transfer your money out into the crypto world. Where does your money really go? Do you really know? You're transferring your hard-earned money to an exchange, which is cloud-based, basically. Your funds are going somewhere. And then your app tells you how much money you have in it. You get to log in and you get to feel good that you see a dollar amount. In your account. Does that make people feel better? You know, when I log into my bank account and I see a number, I usually trust and believe it, because if I need to, I can go down the street and I can walk into my branch and I can take that money out if I want to. Can't really do that with Bitcoin, crypto wallets. You can withdraw and send your money back to your account at some point, but anyone have any experience not being able to get your money? I'd like to hear those stories. What happened there? Who was the exchange? Did you ever get it back? Love to hear those stories. Shoot me an email. Let's talk about it. john@johnkopp.org. New in December of 2017, investors can now buy and sell Bitcoin futures, allowing you to buy or sell Bitcoin at a specific future date for a predetermined price. If you go this route, you need to know about futures trading. And that's a whole nother ball of wax we will talk about another time. I'm not going to talk about that right now. Is cryptocurrency legal? There is no question that they're legal in the United States, though China has outlawed the use, and now there's a big South Korean discussion where they're going around and knocking places up and shutting things down. It looks like they're going to ban it in South Korea, which is a lot of talk of why the prices fluctuated so much this week. People are getting scared. But in the United States here, it is legal. One thing you do need to be careful about, though, are scammers. There's a ton all over social media, message boards, and social groups promoting free coins. And if you sign up here, you get this, you get that. Be very, very careful. Only deal with major exchanges or companies, reputable companies. There's a ton of scammers out there right now. This Bitcoin is the new scam right now, so be careful. And maybe we'll do a show on Bitcoin scams and what to watch out for. I think we'll do that next week. The SEC has been increasing its regulation of coin offerings and cryptocurrencies generally. That's good news for investors, since this will help weed out fraud and protect investors. But as always, be aware. So how do you protect yourself? If you're looking to buy cryptocurrency in an ICO, read the fine print in the company's prospectus for this type of information. Who owns the company? Is it an identifiable, well-known owner? Or is it a John Lucas who could potentially, from fantasy market, be nobody, be a fake name that disappears with your money? Be very careful about that. Are there any major investors investing in that ICO? If you got some big boys involved in that, then it's probably going to be a trustworthy investment. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but that's a good sign. With the ICO, will you own stake in the company, or will you just get currency or tokens? This distinction is important. Owning a stake means you get to participate in its earnings as an owner, while buying tokens simply means you're entitled to use them, like chips at a casino, tokens at an arcade. And lastly, is the currency already developed, or is the company looking to raise money to develop it? This is, again, what happened with fantasy market. It was not developed. They were raising money to develop it. It did not work. Investors didn't get their money back. It can take a lot of work to comb through a prospectus. The more detail it has, the better chances that it's legitimate. But even legitimacy doesn't mean the currency will succeed. It's an entirely separate question, and the questions, that questions a lot of investors. So those are some things that you should watch out for in the crypto game. Those are some things that if you want to get into it, you need to be wary of. You need to understand. And just be careful out there, guys. Have any questions? Feel free to get a hold of me, John at johnkopp.org. I should buy .com. Gotta buy it off that guy. Facebook /SDIRA Live. Have you been to SDIRA.org yet? This is a cool site. You can go and view ratings and reviews of IRA custodians and investment providers. There's an Ask a Pro section where you can ask questions, and industry professionals will chime in on answers. You can also view available investment opportunities that are out in the self-directed space right now, which is pretty cool. So check it out, and I hope you learned a little something today. We're going to do it again tomorrow. Well, we'll do it again Monday. I'll shoot tomorrow. How about that? We'll shoot something tomorrow. We'll shoot a little. Maybe we'll do the what to watch out for. scams. Little weekend bonus. Little weekend bonus for the crypto game. All right, guys. This is fun. This is fun. Having a good time here. I want to hear from you, though. I need to hear from you. I want to hear what you guys want to talk about. I'm just up here by myself, rattling my mouth. So, a couple of cool things next week. We have a special guest, attorney Adam Bergman, coming on the show. Also have another special guest, Terry White from SunWest Trust. They're two big players in the game, and we're going to talk about some specifics on the market. Mr. Bergman is going to be talking about the crypto game, and Terry's going to be talking about self-directed IRAs. So it's exciting to get some experts on here. If you have any questions for them, shoot me an email before they come on the show, and I'll ask them for you. Okay. All right. Cool. Well, I appreciate your time today, guys. I hope you learned something. I want to hear from you. Shoot me an email, guys. Come on. Shoot me an email. Go on to SDIRA.org. You'll see a little live chat button. That's connected to me. You know, you can come talk on there, and I'll see it right here on my screen while I'm talking. Let's chat. I want to hear your stories, and let's all build some passive wealth. Let's build some passive wealth, and let's save some money, and let's all become financially free. Let's all do what we want to do in life. That's what it's all about. All right, guys. Until next week, Monday, I'll see you soon. Have a good weekend.